Morning everyone, it's just gone 7:30 and I'm conducting a webinar at the moment. So we do start quite early in the Gannon household. So I'm doing a webinar at the moment, just about to get it ready, just going through the slides. Then it'll be a quick coffee and then over to the office. So that's first thing Tuesday morning. Speak to you later. Hi folks, I'm running a bit late now, so it's just after 9 o'clock. I've just finished my interview with a very well-known person in Bali. So a bit of a plug there. So I'm running a bit late. I've got my live surgery for my online mentoring program, and that's running now. So just about to get changed, go to the office. Then from the office, I'm going to go over to do some site visits. So I am running about probably 10 or 15 minutes behind schedule this morning. Once I've got to the on-site visits, going to do some recording for you, give you an update of where we are with that project. Then I'm back to the office, and then I've got my my meeting with my nutritionalist. So that's where we are so far this morning. Speak to you in a bit. Okay, I'm ready to go to the office. My mentoring Q&A is finished now. So it's 9:30. Going to go to the office now and get all my stuff done and all of the on-site visits and stuff. So I'll see you shortly. This is where my dogs sleep. Just wanted to show you. So you can see my dogs in there. They've got a really big cage, and they sleep in there in the daytime. Hello, Luke. And it's nice and big, and it keeps a puppy from. This is a puppy, by the way. Do that to your puppy. Keeps them from chewing up any of our furniture in the house. This is our little utility room. Nice big cage, and they quite like it in there. So. Say goodbye, dogs. Goodbye. And the snow has eventually melted. We go into meltdown, don't we, when it's snowing? But yes, the snow's melted. Really happy about that. Just thought I'd share the little things that make me happy. Okay, we're here at the office. I'm just going to go and pick up George. And George's going to come with me to do the viewings, not the viewings, the inspections. So we've got quite a busy day today. I'm a little bit behind on schedule at the moment. I'm rushing a little bit. As I say, it's I've got quite a tight schedule to me. I need to be back for 12. So I'm going to do the inspections and get back for 12 o'clock. So, morning.
Morning, all right?
Yes, cameras everywhere now. Cameras all over the place. Right, are we ready to go? Because I'm running behind. I am literally, I've got an hour and a half to, bills, this is my life, bills, everything is bills. Okay, so we're ready to go. I didn't bring anything with me. Hey everyone, I just wanted to share this with you. If you're Daniel, I got your landlord letter, thank you. I think it's great. Just a point to note that my name is Richard Gannon, not Richard Thomas, okay? But well done. I'm not interested at the moment in renting my property to you, but I love the fact that you are actively out there and you are actively taking action. So Daniel Skelton, if this is you, well done. And I'd like to see more of your letters in the future. So we're in the office. We're just going to go to one of our development projects, but I just want to give you a walk round of the office and show you what we do. So over here we've got the accounts, and we've got an accounts manager called Ruth. She's not in today, she only works part-time. I've got a bit of video stuff here. Now, a lot of the stuff that we've got around here on the systems that we use will be superseded by our new tenant platform, which is called GoTenant. But at the moment, we've got lots of different things that we use. I'm going to share them with you. So this is our, you can't look at the names on here, because obviously that's for data protection, but this is our current tenant right to rent action list. So if anybody has got a limited time to stay in the UK, we log it on there. Now that's going to be superseded with GoTenant, because GoTenant allows us to do that. That's what we put on there. Now here, these are our house packs, folks, okay? Now, you hear me talking about house packs. Legally, we are required to provide certain documentation in the HMOs. And we don't put them all over the walls. What we do is we provide a house pack, okay? This is just a folder with lots of sheets inside that we can add stuff into. What's in here? We've got maintenance policy and the maintenance contact number, manager's policy, or manager's details, telephone number for the office, the security policy, the gas safety certificate, the electrical testing certificate, the fire alarm, emergency lights and extinguisher test certificate, which are all there, EPC, how to rent, and ombudsman or property redress scheme certificate, and then PAT testing. So that's what we supply. These go in every property somewhere that the tenant can access. Now also in here we've got the fire alarm checklists as well. So we've got these here at the moment because we have to update them every 6 months because the alarms are tested every 6 months in the panels. So they're here at the moment for George to update as and when, and then we'll get them back out of the property. So this is George's desk. George sits here, he's behind the camera at the moment. Say hi, George.
Hi guys.
Lorraine sits here, folks. She's not in today either. It's quite a quiet day at the moment. And of course, this is where the action is, because this is my desk. And you know what we've got here, folks? Picture of me there and the police. Bit of a list on voids and stuff here at the moment. I can share this with you. So at the moment, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 voids, 4 empty rooms. Bit of a pain, but you know we've got a lot of room, so it doesn't really impact us that much. That's a bit of a flow chart that we use for the office. So what we got here, now these are our manual systems, okay? Now, you don't need to use these moving forwards if you want to follow our systems, because we've got our new property management software that we are in beta phase 1 at the moment. So that's going to come out hopefully in June, July, which will do all of this for you. But at the moment, we've got a gas safety site schedule. Tells us when our gas boilers are due for a service. We've also got the same here for electrical testing, and we've got our alarms, emergency lights and extinguishers. So it just literally flags up when they're due on the particular month. These are really, you know, sort of manual systems, folks. Our new system, Go Tenant, does all of this for you. Then I've got our certificates for the PRS, and of course our ICO certificates displayed there, along with some of our HMO license expiry dates this year. That's all due this year. And of course our incorporation certificate and public liabilities certificate. That's a quick whistle stop tour. Now we're going to get off to Barben Road and do a site inspection, so we'll see you there. You got keys to get into Barben? No, I've got keys. So we're on our way now to our development project. Don't worry, George is recording. He's recording me in the passenger seat, so don't worry about that. I am concentrating and I've got both hands on the wheel. No, I haven't, look. So our portfolio mainly is within about 5 miles of where our office is. Our office is kind of in the middle, and we situated the office where it was because it's close to where we live. So, you know, we always say that try and keep your portfolio as close to where you live if you're going to manage it yourself, because that, you know, will reap rewards for you moving forwards. If you want to put it under management or an agent, then it doesn't matter, it's entirely up to you. So we're just coming out of Malvern now and going into heading towards our project. Now the project we're going to at the moment, I have shared with you before. It is what was a 28 bedroom HMO / flatlets, and we got planning permission to turn 28 rooms into 25 self-contained flats. We needed planning permission, folks, because it's a listed building. And you've got to have planning permission for every listed building no matter what you do. So it's a really big project, so it means we're going to turn 28 rooms into 25 individual self-contained flats, and each room requires new kitchens, many of which will require en-suites to be built as well. So it's a really expensive project. It's an ongoing thing. It's probably going to take 12 months or more to get to where we want to be. Now the property is also fully occupied, apart from the flats that are under refurb. So what we're doing is waiting for people to move out naturally, and then we are going in there, redeveloping the flat and selling them. So rather than evicting people, because they're all great tenants, all working professionals. So that's a bit about where we're going to. So we'll see you when we're there. So we're just coming up to the property, folks. You can see we're just coming out outside the city centre. So just here on the right, next to the pub, all of this block of houses, with the exception of the end one here, is all of ours. So all of this here. Now the great thing is about this property is that we've got parking at the back. So we also have 14 individual garages at the back as well. Now we currently rent those out, and we rent them out to existing tenants, and they get parking as well, which is a great seller for the rooms. So just going to come up here, there's a car right in front of me, and there's a van as well. Always an issue with parking here, folks, as well. Never be able to get this issue sorted out. I don't know what he wants me to do. We've got a few businesses here as well. So we've got a tyre business and a taxi company. I think that red van there belongs to our decorator or a painter, which should be the case. And it's nice to see the back door locked as well, because normally the gate is left open. So all this is ours, folks, here, all of these garages. I say it's not easy to maintain because sometimes people park here and they shouldn't. So here we are. So we're going to do a walkthrough. Okay, so follow me, folks. So all of this is, there's a bit of a boundary line here. So we've got the neighbours here that do the tyres and taxis and stuff like that. So that's kind of the boundary line there. So all of these garages are ours. We do keep this one for ourselves, just for our own storage. And then we've got the bin rooms here. So we've got 28 tenants living here, so you have to have the big huge bins, which of course we pay for on the council tax. So we've got work going on here, so it is a bit, a bit of a mess going inside. But here we've got security gates. I can see at the moment, look, that someone's forced that, so that brick is going to need replacing, so I need to talk to the builder. So we've got key fobs. We don't have coded access to this property because it's easy for people to give codes away, and otherwise you don't know who's coming and going from the property. So we issue the tenants these, and they only get one each. Which means they have to keep it with them, because if you don't have it, they can't get in. They can't share it with other people, otherwise they can't get in. They're quite expensive, and we can code these to the individual tenant. So when the tenant leaves, if they do take the fob with them, we can use the MasterCode card and swipe it, and that means that it just gets rid of their access completely. Okay. So there is a little bit of a maintenance job that we need to put on there. So let's go. So I have done a little video before of the back garden. I can see that we've had lots of wind and storms recently, so I can see there's a bit of rubbish over the back that probably needs clearing up. That's probably come from here, this area here, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But this is the back garden, and I think many of you may have seen this before. Nice little barbecue there. So the refurb project at the moment is here, so we started on this flat at the end. So come on through. I don't know if anyone's in here at the moment. Seems to be locked. So this block, we've got 18 tenants in this block. Okay, so it's locked at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll go and find the keys. They're probably next door. So to get out, folks, it's very simple as well. You know, it's just the same. So all of the blocks have got key code access, and they're individual. So we've got 4 blocks here. Looks a bit better over there, George. Yeah. Trees come down there as well. Look, we've got Christmas trees too. Looks a little bit missing. There's a glass on there. Right, so which block is this? Which one are they working in this one?
Yeah.
So another thing as well, folks, mail. Nobody ever sorts the mail out, so we have to come in, make sure that it's all done on a pretty much regular basis. Otherwise it just fills up with junk. Fire logbooks completed every week, inspection every week here, because it's a panel system. So a panel system you've got to do once a week to make sure that the core points are tested. Hello? Which one are you in? Okay. You're in number 4. How you doing? You alright? You're just here today, isn't it?
Yeah.
You haven't got keys for flat 0, have you?
Is that the bottom one?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay.
Get me keys for these 2 flats.
Okay, I'll go and get them downstairs, hopefully they're in there. Okay, cool. So just doing a quick video. I'm Rick, by the way. I don't think we've met, have we?
No, I'm Matt.
Matt.
I'm a chip keeper doing a bit of bricky at the minute.
Okay, cool. Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay, so folks, what we're doing here is creating 2 en-suites, one for this flat and one for that flat, okay? We've had to do it obviously under building regs and of course under planning permission as well because it's listed. Is it safe for me to walk under that?
It is, yeah, mate.
We've got nothing that's going to fall on my head. So this is going to be the toilet and shower room for this flat, which is going to have access obviously through the side. And then we've got this shower room and toilet, which is the flat next door as well. So what we've done here is create 2 individual self-contained units rather than having 2 HMO rooms with shared facilities. So yeah, it's still a work in progress. It's coming on a treat. Okay, lovely. Right, I'll leave you to it.
Alright.
Alright?
Yeah.
Do you want to kill it for a minute?
Yeah.
So what we do is we have the key safes to every apartment and every unit, 28 units in total throughout these blocks. And we keep them in the cellar. And they're not for the tenants, they're for our use only. So we don't have to carry keys with us, we don't need a master key system. So it means that anyone that comes to the property can have access with the key code. So it's just a better system for us than master key systems. With a master key system, you're still got to give a key to somebody. So if you've got an emergency alarm going off in one of the rooms and we need to change the sensor, all we have to do is provide a key code and they can come in. So it's just for our purposes, not for the tenants. So we come down into the dungeon. So the other side of things is we're probably going to turn this area into a washroom facility. So we're probably going to get 4 or 5 tumble dryers, 4 or 5 washing machines. Because at the moment, we don't allow tenants in the flats to have washing machines. There is a laundrette literally as we came in on the mouth of the road. So I think what we're going to do is put it all down here, put coin operated systems in, and then we can use this all day long. But what we need to do is make sure that the steps are safe. We need to put handrails down. We need to make it a nice room. So we'll probably have to tank it, get it dry lined, etc., and make it into a really nice utility room. So that's a plan for the future, something that we're not going to do straight away. So flat 0 is where there. Do you know what the code is? So I don't know the code, which is a good start. But I don't need the code because it appears to be open. So that's not a good start either, but it is secure because we don't give anyone the making sure that the others aren't open. So bizarrely that was open, I don't know why, it shouldn't be. So here's the keys, so that's what we do. Let's go into the refurbished flat so we can give you a little bit of a walk around. Okay folks, so come on in. There's a few things that I'm going to point out as we go in. It's a listed building, so there's certain things we can't do. So if you see doors and things that look a bit old-fashioned, that's because we can't replace them. So at the moment it's a building site, so we've got the health and safety forms on there. So this is the entrance door. As you can see here, we've got a panel fitted to the back of the door. All we can do with this is paint it. We're not allowed to change it. It is a bit unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. We were allowed to change the skirting boards in here. All the windows have been replaced. So these windows are brand new, double glazed. It's nice and warm in here as well. So as we come through into what will be the bedroom. So still a bit of work in progress here. Got some nice panel heaters on the wall. So although we have got gas in the building, all the rooms are heated with electric because they're individually metered. So each individual tenant pays for their own electric. So it doesn't matter to us so much. The plaster obviously needs to dry out in here. That's why the heating's on. So we've gone for like a grey finish and some nice bright walls. These are the coats on there. So it's going to be a nice little room in here. Fire doors, we go for 6 panel fire doors because they look much better. They just look like normal doors, but they are fire doors. So that's our choice for those. Can be these metal strips that go through there. This door was already here. It is a fire door. We've got to keep this one. We can't change it, unfortunately. And the same goes for the framework and the arch frame as well. It is listed as I say, so we've got to keep that. So we're walking into now the main room. Now you wouldn't believe the transformation this property was. It was horrendous. It was awful. And it's going to be, you know, pretty top end. It's going to be really nice. A lot of work's going on in here. So we've got the new kitchen. We're going to have a large fridge freezer in here. We are going to furnish this flat. This area here is going to be for television, nice couch behind here, and some lovely patio doors as well that we're going on to the patio. These are all new as well. We had to get these handmade. So all of the windows in the whole of this property, we've had to have them commissioned because they need to be to the spec of the listed building officer. So these here have all been handmade, really expensive, but it's just the way that we have to do it. Different. So this was the kitchen in here. Now it's the bathroom or the shower room. So we've gone for actual tiles in here because it was just a better option. So we've got some really nice tiles on there. We've got the shower, obviously, toilet and handrail in here. So we're really coming to an end now with this project. I'm very, very pleased with it. You know, we think we'll probably get about $550 a month for this flat, exclusive of bills and council tax, which is, you know, probably going to be at the top end of what we can achieve for this area. So this is the ongoing project, folks. So the first two that you saw, obviously they're ongoing at the moment. We've got this one that's being refurbed, and then if you come with me, I'll show you the next one in the same building. So this is going to be the next one that we're going to be doing in here. We had a leak in here just before Christmas because it was empty and the bathroom area was leaking, we didn't know. So you won't know, but it stinks in here at the moment, it smells really musty. So we need to get some air in here. So the windows have been done, they're all ready to go. The kitchen is going to be ripped out, and it's just this one room. So what we're going to do is put a little bit of stud work here, and we're going to separate it off. And then we're going to create a little living area here, separate bedroom and separate kitchen. It's going to be quite small, but it's going to be okay. It's going to work really well. And then in here we've got the bathroom and the shower room. What's happened here is that we took the shower panel off and basically everything fell away. So we're back to brick in this room. Needs a fair bit of work doing at the moment in this room. But we need to keep the facilities and the toilets here for the builders, so they can use it as the restroom. We've got the health and safety aspects here, all the health and safety stuff for the builders, and the site log. So this is the site log here for the health and safety issues, etc. So, you know, it's in terms of what we've done here for the construction industry use, the CIS regulations. Our architect put it all together. We created a plan with our architect. We've given that to our builder. Our builder's then created his own plan, which forms the health and safety plan on site. So we are fully compliant with the CIS regulations. Should anything happen, hopefully it won't. So that's the project here, folks, ongoing. GDV of this project is about 2.5 million. Once it's done, that's how much the whole unit will be worth. So really excited about it. It's going to take us a long while to do it, but once we've done it, it's going to be done and we're going to future-proof it. So I hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough, and I'll see you back at the office. Okay, so just arrived back at the ranch from the property inspection. Went quite well. Spent a bit more time there. I didn't want to record all of it for you because it wouldn't be that interesting. Just cleared up the mail, went around the garden and cleared up the rubbish around the garden as well with George. So my next step is today to do my nutrition meeting that I've got with my nutritionist. And I wanted just to touch base with you about time management, because a lot of people and quite a lot of my family members as well, you know, ask very often, how do you manage your time? You know, how do you manage to achieve so much? And it's not that, you know, you can't manage time. Time is, you know, we all get 24 hours. You can't manage that. It's going to happen anyway. But it's what we do in that time that counts, yeah? So how do we do it? Well, today I set myself just 3 major tasks. One was that I had to do an interview this morning, with one of my colleagues who is in Bali. And the next task was to go to the property to inspect it, to make sure the building works were being complied with and everything else. And the next one was to have my nutrition meeting. And those are the three main tasks I've set myself today. Now it's 10 to 11 a.m. and I've completed 2 of them already because I'm very focused and I needed to do it. Bit of a rush this morning to get around. And also on top of those tasks, I have a regular commitment to my members of my property mentoring group as well. So I had to do their surgery for them at 9 o'clock this morning. So, what we do is we plan every day for tomorrow and set ourselves 3 main tasks and then lots of subtasks underneath, which are nice to have if we can get around to doing them. So now I've got my nutrition meeting in about an hour. So I'm going to do a little bit of administration work now. And then following from there, it's gym time. And that's pretty much going to be most of my day, folks. But what have I achieved? Well, obviously my health, which is my nutrition, gym, which is very important. And I've been to a property and the team are in the office now. Everyone's arrived and I don't need to be there. So everything's swimming along without me quite nicely. So that's most of the tasks today. So I'll speak to you shortly and maybe drop by when I've got my nutrition meeting. All right, see you later. Currently just helping some mentees with some landlord letters, and just wanted to share that it's hungry work, this property investing. It's not glamour at all. It's not 5-star restaurants for lunch. It's eating shepherd's pie out of a casserole dish. Hi everyone, I said that I was going to have an appointment today with Lynn, who's going to come and talk to me about my nutrition, etc. So here's Lynn. Say hi, Lynn.
Hi!
And Lynn's going to help me hopefully with some food allergies and things that I think I may have. So we've got all the kit out here and this is what we're going to do for the next hour or so. So I'll update later with the results.
And so, can we put the timer on for 20 minutes?
That's my blood and I'm about to faint. I'm really not good with this stuff. I'm a proper wimp. So I've just had some blood taken for my food allergy tests and now I think I need to go and lie down.
I'll take that over there. Oh, there's your bin. Yeah.
I'm proper rubbish with this stuff. So just had my consultation with my nutritionist for about 3 hours. I've taken all my food allergy stuff, that's all cool. Not allergic to any foods, which is really good, apart from my gluten intolerance, but I already know about that because I've had that for a long time. So it's just a little bit of part of me spending a bit more time being better at what I eat and my exercise. This is part of my goals for this year. So I know it's not property related, but with our fitness, if we haven't got that, then we can't do property, can we? So what am I doing for the rest of the day? Right, so I'm going to go to the gym later. I'm not going to post anything about that today, but we are working on something really exciting and nobody knows about it yet. I'm going to release that this evening. So just watch this space. It's going to be something that we are giving away and something that I don't think anyone else has done before. So I'll talk a bit more about that tomorrow. So we're working on that today. George is in the office, just called to say he's sold another room. So that means we've only got 3 empty rooms now, which is really good for us. 3 empty rooms is about where we should be. So quite happy with that. And tomorrow we're going to start planning for tomorrow in a little while. What does that look like? Well, I've got to go and collect some rent tomorrow from one of the pubs that we own, because we own a pub as well, and have a bit of a chat with him to see what he wants to do moving forwards, because we've kind of got a few plans now for that pub. We've had it a long time. So that's the first part of tomorrow. Then I've got to go back into the office and sort a little bit of admin out. What else have I got planned for tomorrow? We've got this special launch that we're about to do, so that's going to take up pretty much most of tomorrow morning. So I'll blog that or vlog that as we move along with it. And then we did have some viewings for a portfolio we're interested in buying. It's about £2.5 million portfolio in the Worcester area. So we're hopefully going to try and arrange something to view that at some point as well in the day. So that's what we've got planned for tomorrow. In terms of property and other stuff, I've got my private mentoring group to service tomorrow morning at 9 till 10, which I do every morning as well, so a little bit more involved in that. And that's pretty much it. So everything's pretty good at the moment. Our portfolio is, as I say, pretty much self-managing at the moment, so not a huge amount to do along that front. So what I'm going to do is post some videos, going to go around some HMOs from tomorrow with George, post a few videos for you on all the systems that we use, how we put things together, and then at the same time do some inspections. So that's pretty much it from me today, folks. I'm not sure I've got any more content for you. I'm going to put a little bit later on, but for now anyway, certainly it's what time is it? It's 2:30, and so we've achieved quite a lot today, so quite pleased with that. So please subscribe to the channel, folks. Going to be doing a lot of these videos, going to be doing one a day until you get sick of them. And the whole idea of this really is just to show you life behind the scenes of a successful property investor with several £1 million worth of property. It's not all singing and dancing and sitting on beaches and stuff. So hope you're finding these useful. If you are, please give me some comments, please leave me some thumbs up below, and subscribe to the channel. So no sales here, folks, just content. All right, speak to you soon.